Hello people, it's Power here to review the Ultraman Z DX Ultra Metal Ultra Legends Set 01. So this is an interesting set because it comprises of Cosmos, Nexus, and Mebius. However, it actually doesn't make a form. It allows Z to do an entire new finisher, which is again really interesting. So as you can see, Alpha Edge's pictured here, although Gamma Future is still in the back. So let's get right to this. So here we have the metals. Obviously it's just metals, so let's just get it over with. So here we go with Cosmos first of all, which, you know, it's pretty typical. Trans stamp because he's the first one. Obviously, because of the background color, he will emit a blue LED. Now this one's an interesting one because this is Nexus, obviously. However, this is the first time, I think it might be. I don't remember if the Ultra Accessory actually did cover this, but this is actually the first time that Nexus is finally depicted under Alphonse and not Junus, because Junus is a candy toy. Because this is Nexus's base form, so it's really interesting that they're finally acknowledging that. And he's a green. He will emit a green LED, which, you know, nothing to go off of, obviously, because this is the first existence of this. Last but not least, obviously, Mebius, which is nice. And he's red, which makes sense because, from what I recall from the Orb Ring, he was white, which was interesting. And then I'm gonna say since Rube, they've gave him red. So yeah, let's use these metals. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna go on with the Z-Riser. Obviously, I'll have the Haruki card in, and I'm actually gonna put them all in the Z-Riser right away because of what I'm gonna show you.
Ultraman Z, Cosmos, Lunamo, Nexus, and Paps, Mebius.
So, despite these being a combination, similar to the Galaxy Rising metals, they actually just play their transformations, so that's easy on me. Obviously, just like, you know, Tiga and Dinah from the previous video, this is also the first time where Cosmos is actually announced in his full, like, title. So obviously, Cosmos' main form is Lunar Mode, and obviously Nexus is Alphonse. Mebius is just Mebius. However, for the finisher, I'm going to have to remove one of them. So, actually, we'll just do Cosmos first, because his is actually long. So, there's Cosmos' finisher. I forgot what it was called, the Lunar Eclipse. Basically, obviously, because Cosmos is a pacifist, so he doesn't actually finish off the kaijus, because obviously that's for a different form. So he like purifies them essentially, which I like. Now for these two. So, I think Nexus's finisher. I I don't know. I want to say Cross Ray Strom, but that's technically for Junis, so I don't know Alphonse or Amphans. Um, and Mebius is the Mebium shoot. However, because what I predict is that all the finisher sounds for this toy were carried over from the Taiga Spark, which is why they're all newly updated and such. Which is why like some of them are like a bit longer than I remember them being and such. But anyways, obviously let's get to the entire point of this, which is the fact that these three together allow Zet to perform a new finisher. So just simply hold it and scan them. So, Cosmos, Nexus, and Mebius together allow Zet to perform the Lightning Generate, which essentially... I don't know. I kind of showed it in the back of the packaging, but essentially, like, Zet holds this up, it creates a cloud, and, like, thunder comes down. I don't remember. However, Riku can actually do this finisher too. So I think that's actually really cool. Just like how, Haruki was able to do Galaxy Burst. Yeah. So, allowing Riku to do Lightning Generate is actually pretty nice. And obviously, speaking of Riku, we're going to actually start doing combinations now. Because obviously doing the transformations will be the exact same. So, for actual Geed fusions, we are going to need Dyna and Cosmos together.
Ultraman Z, Mighty Trigger.
And there you get, I think, our first Ultra Fusion Fight exclusive form for Geed that I can do via these sets. It's not the first one that you're able to do, but finisher. And there you get the finisher, which I didn't really catch on. I hear compression wave, but I want to say it's brave compression wave. I apologize. And I think that's our only G fusion we can actually do. So, let's actually move on to our Orb Fusions. So I always have to dig out Orb. And obviously, let's do the obvious one. We're gonna need Taro and Mebius. So there we are with the Orb Burn Might. With an almost accurate color scheme. Because obviously, as I said before, Mebius was originally white. But we still have that color. And then there you get the Stromium Dynamite for the finisher. Next, Orb Fusion, we're going to swap these two out and insert Cosmos and X. And there we go with a Fusion Fight exclusive. The second one that was out already, I believe, of Full Moon's Animium. And then the finisher. And generic finisher. And also, that's just an interesting note I should probably add too, is that basically it doesn't matter what order you put the metals in, it's gonna be programmed to the lights that are coordinated. So you put in like Cosmos, X, and then Orb, it's still gonna be white, blue, and X, which this color scheme is actually accurate. So that's actually cool. And our last Orb Fusion, we're gonna take Mebius and Ginga. And then there we go with Mebium especially. Not going to bother doing the finisher because it'll be the same thing. And just to note is that you cannot use Nexus and Ultraman together because this is not Nexus Junus. That actually matters. So that was the last Orb Fusion. Now let's get to this last combination, which we will need Zero, Dyna, and Cosmos for something obvious. And there you go with the transformation of Saga, which obviously you're already able to do this via the Orb Ring, but you couldn't in the G Riser because G Riser was only reserved to 2 slots. And there's the Saga Maximum. Still pretty short. But yeah, so that should be all the possible combinations out of the sets, obviously excluding Gashpon Candy Toy or extra promotional ones. So overall, with this set, again, it's as good as the Got My Future set. However, I just had to note that this is like really interesting. As like, I think this set as a whole is interesting. Just for the first of all, the selection. I like how this is essentially like the second half of Heisei, like with Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia. They're the first half, and then we have Cosmos, Nexus, and Mebius being the second half. Obviously, Max is missing, but he got thrown into a candy toy set. But it's also just really interesting how essentially they took the aspect of what Taiga did with its gimmicks of like how they're only utilized for finishers and actually incorporated that within Zet, which I think is actually really cool. It might be disappointing that like yeah, these three ultras don't produce a form, but the fact that they at least do something I think is cool. And obviously you get the benefited factor of because you have these metals, you can actually do more prominent fusions. Although at this case, it just kind of sucks that you could really only use 2 of these because this one is a new one. So Nexus, Alphons, and Fans cannot get used. Other than that, this is another successful set, and I really like it overall. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.